Welcome to our 12 days of Genealogy media resources.
Each day, we're sharing different tools, platforms, and resources that can help you grow your family history skills.
We'll explore websites, books, podcasts, TV shows, and other helpful media that we've used on our own genealogy journey.
Whether you're a beginner or you've been researching for years, these resources can guide, inspire, and support your work.
So let's jump into today's genealogy media resource. Hey everybody, welcome back to Journey Through the Generations. My name is Philip.
Hey guys, I'm Trisha.
And we are back with day 4 of 12 days of genealogy media resources. And if you haven't listened to the first 3 days of our 12-day series, please go back and listen to those 3. And why don't you just drop us a line and let us know what you thought of them, either on Facebook or Instagram. We'd appreciate it. You can provide your own feedback and maybe tips and tricks of how you use these particular tools.
What your favorite resource media is.
Right. So go ahead and do that. But today, what we're going to talk about is the International African American Museum's Center for Family Research, I believe.
Family history, yeah.
Family history. And it is located inside the International African American Museum in Charleston, South Carolina. The key part of this particular building is where it was built and how it was built. So it is built like hovering 13 feet above ground.
Yes.
And to help prevent from flooding, which is a problem because when we were there in October, it was some coastal flooding going on. But also the most important part is the slaves in North America, nearly half of them entered through Gadsden's Wharf in Charleston. So a key site for family history and research for African Americans.
And they have windows everywhere. So when you're walking around, you can actually see the water and you can see where the ships were port or whatever. And so I could imagine them coming to shore and walking up, and it was just a powerful, moving moment, just looking out the windows at that water and knowing that that is the beginning of a lot of African Americans' history in America started there.
Right. So if you need to visit or want to visit, we definitely encourage you to go.
Absolutely.
We've been there and we saw it and we thought it was fantabulous. So it was good. But today we're going to talk about the Center for Family History that is located inside the museum.
And the good thing about this is even if you aren't able to go to the actual museum, what we're going to talk about today, a lot of it is going to be available online.
All right, so if you're going to go and visit in person, remember that they're only open Tuesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And to learn more about the Center for Family History, you can go online to IAAMmuseum.org. And at the top, there's a button you can click for Center for Family History to learn more about it.
And one of the things that they have available is a genealogy consultation. It's 45 minutes. It costs $99. I have personally done this, and it's with a professional genealogist, and I actually got to meet him when we were there. But yes, he was absolutely wonderful. You register, you pay for it, and then they send you some questions. They want to know what you're researching, the area that you're researching. They want to know what you've already done, so they don't cover anything that you've already done. They are very thorough. So I answered my questions, and then in about a week, they sent me back a proposal of what they wanted to talk to me about, my next steps, different record collections that I may not know about, and things like that. And when I say I got so much out of that consultation, it was absolutely wonderful. I learned so much in that 45 minutes. I got a different perspective of the research that I had done and the research that I could do, and some new record collections, because this was about 2 years ago, and there were some different record collections out then. And also the area that I wanted to research is not an area that I'm familiar with. And he walked me through how to find records in that state, the state archives, other African American collections at HBCUs that I could look at. He gave me a wealth of information. So I totally suggest that that's something that you should do, or you could gift it to your favorite family historian. They would love it.
And also, if you can't go in person to visit, they also have African American digital archives. And I think Trisha mentioned it just a minute ago. Is so you can go and uncover your family story online too. So you don't have to necessarily go in person, even though if you can, you should. Because you can go to the museum while you're there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there's these archives, features, source material that comes from, and they are about the African American community. They contain a variety of artifacts and records and things like that. So give you an example of some of the digital archives that they have. They have African American family photographs during the 20th century, something that's near and dear to Trisha's heart. They have African American funeral programs and obituaries, which may be a place where you can,
I can donate
yours, because Trisha has a lot of binders of them. And then also United States Colored Troops pension applications. So you're not going to find like everything in this digital archive, but you never know. You may find some stuff. And in the future, they're going to be adding oral histories, some slavery era documents, and then marriage, death, and birth records. So they're working on getting more digital archives that you can use to research your family history.
So again, because this is still a new library, a new museum with a new family history resource. So they're still working on their collections. But if you have information, or you know someone who wants to donate or is looking for somewhere to donate their information, this would be a really good resource for them, because although right now a lot of the information that they have is dedicated to South Carolina history, they want it to be international. So they want records and collections from all over the United States and the world. So that is something for you to think about. Also, you'll be able to have access to different podcasts that they have done since they've been open. They record all, because they actually do genealogy sessions and classes in person, and they record those. So they list them as podcasts on the website, and they are anywhere from beginning genealogy to enslavement records to military records. They also have interviews from, I always say it wrong, centenarians, when you're 100 years old. I always say that wrong, but they've interviewed a lot of people who have lived to be 100 and more years old, and they have those interviews listed as podcasts as well.
And so if you want to help the library or the museum and their family history center, you can contribute. Like I said, you can contribute those photos and documents and things that you have. You can donate them. And so if you want to help build that archive up, and while preserving your family's history, you can do so. So think about Bible records, funeral programs, obituaries, photos of your ancestors, marriage licenses, all those kinds of things you can donate to their digital collection. And so all you have to do is digitize it first, if you don't already have it digitized. And then you can just go online and you can upload all those digital files to the Family History Center. But they say do not mail any materials to the museum. They are not going to be responsible for anything that happens to them in transit, and they're going to send it back to you. So if anything happens on its way back, that's not their responsibility. So don't send anything in the mail, FedEx, UPS, whatever, to them. Digitize it yourself and then upload it online. So that's the best way to do it. Yeah. We need to actually work on that for you.
This part of the museum, I think, is very important. Not only are we sharing our family history, we're learning about how to better our skills, and we're also able to preserve what we've already researched. And that is so important to me.
Yeah, so definitely worth taking a look at, especially those digital archives, and get you a genealogy consultation as well if you need a little bit of help in your research. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you for coming and listening to day 4 of
flying by.
Yes, our genealogy media resources. Go back and listen to episodes 1 through 3 in our 12-day series, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 5.
Thanks, guys.
All right, y'all take care. Thanks for joining us for another day in our 12 days of genealogy media resources. Be sure to follow or subscribe and check the description box for links and more details. Come back tomorrow for the next resource. We'll see you then.